Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're covering President Trump's keynote address at the APEC CEOs Luncheon in South Korea on October 29, 2025. Let's get started. Trump opened by thanking President Lee of South Korea and praising the country as one of the most remarkable nations on earth. He called South Korea a cherished American friend and ally that has forged a miracle of economic development. Trump's central message was clear. After 4 years of weakness, disaster, and decline, America is back and stronger than ever before. He said they're doing numbers nobody's ever seen before, and America is literally the hottest country in the world. Trump said 1 year ago the country was in very serious trouble. Some people thought it was dead, but now America is an inspiration to other countries. Trump announced that in less than 1 year, they've secured commitments for over $18 trillion of new investments. He compared this to the previous administration doing less than $1 trillion in 4 years. Trump expects to hit $20, $21, or maybe even $22 trillion by the end of his first year. He reported impressive economic numbers. The stock market has set 45 all-time highs in 9 months. GDP growth in the second quarter was 3.8%, triple or quadruple what many predicted. The next quarter is expected to be around 4% growth. Trump revealed that yesterday in Japan, Toyota announced they're going to spend $10 billion building new car plants in 6 or 7 different states. He said they're bringing the car industry back and leading everybody in AI by a lot. In 9 months, they've lifted over 600,000 Americans off food stamps. Wages for workers are rising at the fastest pace in more than 60 years. Meanwhile, energy prices, gasoline prices, grocery prices, and mortgage rates are all down. Trump criticized Fed Chair Jerome Powell, calling him Jerome too late because he's always too late in making decisions. Trump said Powell is out in another couple of months. Trump said the scourge of inflation they inherited, the worst in the country's history, is now down to 2.7%, which he called almost a perfect number. Factories are booming and manufacturing productivity is rising 5 times faster than just 1 year ago. Steel production is up 155,000 tons a week, oil production is up by 500,000 barrels a day, and mining of what Trump calls clean, beautiful coal is up 2.6 million tons every month. Trump announced that NVIDIA and TSMC produced the first state-of-the-art Blackwell chip that was 100% made in the USA. They're building tremendous plants in Arizona, Texas, and all over. Trump reported that 1.9 million more American-born workers are employed today than when he took office 9 months ago. He emphasized these are real jobs because 100% of all new jobs created under his administration have been created by the private sector, not the government. On AI plants, Trump explained his innovative solution to the electricity challenge. He's allowing these massive AI companies to build their own electricity generating plants alongside their facilities. This way they can start immediately instead of waiting 10 to 15 years for permits. If they have extra electricity, they sell it back to the grid. Trump said these companies are building plants sometimes the size of Manhattan. Trump announced they're bringing back shipbuilding, working closely with South Korea. He said during World War II, America produced a ship a day and was #1 in the world. But through bad management, they allowed the industry to go away. Some people in the room bought the Philadelphia shipyard, which Trump thinks will become one of the most successful yards in the world. Trump explained that this extraordinary turnaround wasn't achieved by continuing business as usual. He won the election in a landslide, winning all 7 swing states, the popular vote by millions, and 2,750 counties compared to 525. Trump said when companies come into America now, they're going to get service like never before with quick permits. He's making America the best place on earth to do business with the best tax rates, lowest energy costs, lowest regulatory burden, most advanced technology, and fairest trade deals. In July, Trump signed into law the largest tax cuts in American history. This includes 100% expensing for all new factories, plants, and equipment in the first year for a period of 10 years. Trump signed executive orders requiring that for every 1 new regulation, 10 old regulations have to be eliminated. Already, they're exceeding that limit, reaching closer to 30 to 1. They've streamlined permitting for all new energy and mining projects, guaranteeing approval in generally less than 28 days instead of decades. Trump told a story about 2 LNG plants in Louisiana financed by Japanese and South Korean investors. One was in the review process for almost 15 years, the other for 17 years, and both were told to forget it. When Trump came in, he got one approved in 1 day and the other in 1 week. Since January, 100,000 bureaucrats have left the federal payroll. Government spending is down 2.5% this quarter compared to 1 year ago. Trump listed major investment commitments: TSMC $100 billion, Apple $600 billion, Hyundai $26 billion, Micron $200 billion, SoftBank, OpenAI, and Oracle over $500 billion, Amazon $35 billion, Pfizer $70 billion, Google $25 billion, Nvidia $500 billion, and IBM $150 billion. Trump said one of the most significant factors in this surge has been his transformation of trade policy. He reminded everyone that 8 years ago, he came to this very summit and laid out the principle that economic security is national security. Trump announced that on this trip alone, he signed groundbreaking agreements with Malaysia, Cambodia, Japan, and the deal with South Korea will be finalized very soon. He said President Xi of China is coming tomorrow, and he hopes to make a deal that will be good for both sides. He explained they're ending gaping trade deficits, unfair trade barriers, insecure supply chains, and entering a new era of trade that works for both sides. He said the best deals are deals that work for everybody, especially when talking about nations. Trump emphasized that tariffs are not only strengthening alliances, they're also bringing peace to the world. On Sunday in Kuala Lumpur, they signed the Kuala Lumpur Peace Accords, ending the war between Cambodia and Thailand. Trump explained he was making trade deals with both countries when he read about thousands of dead people along their border. He called both leaders and said they wouldn't get trade deals if they were at war. Within 2 days, with Malaysia's help as mediator, they signed a peace deal. Trump said they saved probably millions of lives. Trump told another powerful story about India and Pakistan. He was doing a trade deal with India when he read that 7 planes were shot down between the two nuclear nations. He called Prime Minister Modi and said they can't make a trade deal while starting a war with Pakistan. Then he called Pakistan's field marshal and said the same thing. Trump said he threatened 250% tariffs on both countries. Within 48 hours, the war stopped and millions of lives were saved. Trump said he's ended 8 wars in 8 months, using trade as leverage in many instances. The wars include Kosovo and Serbia, Congo and Rwanda, Pakistan and India, Israel and Iran, where B-2 bombers took out Iran's nuclear capability, Egypt and Ethiopia, Armenia and Azerbaijan, which had been going on for 38 years, the war in Gaza and the Middle East, and Cambodia and Thailand. Trump called the Armenia-Azerbaijan peace particularly beautiful, saying after an hour of talks in the White House, the two leaders who had spent their entire political lives shooting at each other were hugging in peace. Trump said the only war he hasn't solved is Russia-Ukraine, but that will get done too. He thought it would be easier because of his relationship with Putin, but it turned out differently. But he insists that war would never have started if he were president. He also mentioned solving the war in Africa between Congo and Rwanda, which had 10 million people dead. Trump reflected that peace in the Middle East was considered undoable for 3,000 years, but they got it done. With all countries signed up, he believes it's going to hold for a long time, hopefully forever. Tariffs are now projected to reduce the deficit by $4 trillion over the next 10 years, though Trump thinks it'll be much more. He said this stops inflation, strengthens the dollar, and will ultimately balance the federal budget quickly. For any company that doesn't wish to pay tariffs, Trump said they can build their factory in America for 0 tariffs. In his conclusion, Trump said every great business person in the room has faced critics who said reform, innovation, and bold action would only lead to disaster. But true success comes from having the confidence and courage to prove the doubters wrong. Trump said together they're solving challenges no one before has been able to solve, forging a free and open Indo-Pacific, creating a future of dignity, security, prosperity, and pride. They're strengthening old friendships, forging new bonds, building new factories, pioneering new industries, and creating a better world for generations to come. Together, they will build, trade, prosper, thrive, and win together like never before. That was President Trump's address at the APEC CEOs Luncheon, covering American economic resurgence, historic trade deals, and using trade leverage to end 8 wars. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.